Hey, this week's additions to the sticker board. Those are my favorite. Look at that. Princess Meow Meow stickers. These all came from Dennis out in the Netherlands. He even sent me some flames. I think I may put those on my truck. And I got a bunch of shirts and a hat from Drew Short over at Rockin' H Wood Shop. You might say this is a Drew shirt. Oh, and I want to thank my friend Mike, who has a laser cutter, and he printed out a whole bunch, and by a whole bunch I mean a whole bunch of these. These are trailing hooks that they hook on the back of a gripper like that, so when you pull it through, it helps pull the wood through your saw or whatever, and they're sacrificial, but they're really cool. I don't really want to use them for that. I really like to have them as keychains. Hope you all enjoyed the cabinet video from this past Friday, the little roll around craft cabinet. The most common comments I got were questions about the antiquing wax. I'd never used that stuff before, and I'm gonna start using that more often. It is really cool because it's like applying a stain, but it goes on so easily, and you wipe it off and it's dry almost instantly. Since I do my videos every week, I don't have a lot of time to wait for finish to dry, and that's one of the drawbacks to staining a project, is you really need to stain it, then you gotta wait at least 24 hours before you apply a finish and all that stuff. So when you do that wax, it just goes on in one coat, you wipe off the excess, and then it's dry. That's it. But probably the most common comment I got had to do with my book recommendation, my Audible book recommendation, which was The Martian. So many of you have read that book and really enjoyed it. That movie is just, it's gonna be phenomenal when it comes out. It's not really science fiction. There's a lot of science in it, and it's fictional, but it's really science fact, sort of. It's kind of, it takes place in the near future, and everything in there is kind of what I think NASA is working on right now. I don't know, it seems really plausible. Oh, and speaking of movies, I went out last night and saw the Mad Max movie. That was really, really good. I'm gonna say it's the best action movie I've ever seen. It does exactly what an action movie should do, is just stick to the action. I mean, it's pretty much non-stop the entire movie. It doesn't get bogged down in any complicated story or relationships or anything, just action, and it is just so well done. Go see it, you're really gonna like it. Went to the Bay Area Maker Faire last weekend down in San Mateo. That was a lot of fun. It's really overwhelming. It's just enormous. It was really fun to meet all of you who came out and shook my hand, and it's always a fun feeling when I'm walking around and I hear somebody yell, "Steve!" And I'm looking around, hey, somebody knows me. If one of these maker fairs come to where you live, definitely check it out. It's inspirational to see the level of technology, what people are doing. And when they say maker, they really mean electronics. Like 80 or 90% of it is computer programming stuff, but it's cool stuff. I mean, there's, you know, like hovercrafts flying and things flashing, lots of flashing stuff. My favorite room was the dark room. It's this huge, huge pavilion, and it's all dark in there, and it's for all these companies that are making these gizmos, I guess is what you call it. But it's mesmerizing. Wyatt and I were watching this one lighted tree, and it was all these little cubes on it that were just shifting colors, and it was hypnotizing. We were just drawn into it. Hey, also I wanted to ask if any of you are in the Denver area. I will be out in Denver Labor Day weekend. That's September 5th, 6th, 7th. So I'm kind of thinking about having a meetup there. Do any of you live there? Would you like to do that? Let me know, and that would just be kind of fun to hang out. And of course, the Mega Mimo meetup in Kansas City on September 26th. So there's 2 opportunities to get together in September. Hey, look who's here. I'm gonna have 2 videos this week. I've got the regular Friday project video, and then earlier in the week I've got a paid promotional video that I just shot yesterday. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. If you have a chance, take a look at it. And thanks everybody, I'll see you next week.